We have amazing news that will significantly impact elderly citizens with disabilities and veterans who depend on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and VA benefits in only one day. Imagine that a game-changing upgrade is on the way that might directly deposit additional funds into your bank account. This video is your guide to understanding everything about these new direct deposits and how they could improve your life. So what's the issue with these checks? Well, it's not a dream to wake up to find $3,400 in your account money that you didn't have before. They are a part of a new effort that aims to give financial support and relief to those who need it most. This news is for all of you, whether you're a veteran who served our nation, a retiree living on a fixed income, or someone with a disability struggling to make ends meet. But wait, there's more. We're going to go over all the specifics with you. We'll cover who is eligible for these deposits, how to find out if you are, when to anticipate the extra money to appear in your account, and more. We'll also offer you resources and advice to help you making the most of this financial boost. The federal government has authorized the distribution of supplemental payments to help offset the effects of high inflation and cost of living increases. Several provisions were included in the recently passed Inflation Relief and Consumer Protection Act to lower one of the most notable components of the program, which is expected to cost over $200 billion, provides for direct cash payments of $3,400 to qualified seniors and handicapped Americans. Other expenditures for Americans include the suspension of the federal gas tax through 2024 and enhanced SNAP food stamp payouts, a new corporate stock tax of 5%. In mid-March, President Biden signed buybacks into law alongside other revenue-raising initiatives. Despite the legislation's high cost, both parties supported it as a means of providing suffering homes with cash. The Department of Veterans Affairs and the Social Security Administration are working to send out the first checks in the coming months, but it's important to realize that not everyone will be eligible for this benefit. Only those who also meet the income requirements will be eligible. Criterion will receive the entire $3,400 payment amount. To find out who will actually receive this money, let's review the primary requirements. You will probably be eligible for the $3,400 payment if you are presently receiving Social Security retirement benefits, Supplemental Security Income, SSI, or Social Security Disability Insurance, SSDI, but only if your household's income falls below a set of particular thresholds. For the 2022 tax year, the income cap is set at $17,500. If your total income from all sources, including employment, investments, rental properties, and so forth, was less than that amount, you satisfy the criteria for married couples. If you file jointly, the income threshold is doubled to $35,000. If you have dependents, the limits increase by $6,000 for each child. Your adjusted gross income, or the total combined income from your most recent tax return, determines your income limits. The Social Security Administration will be able to confirm earnings through data exchange with the IRS. It's crucial to remember that in 2022, if you receive Social Security benefits, in addition to SSI, SSDI, or other need-based assistance, you most likely meet the income requirements in addition to those who receive Social Security benefits under the law. Additionally, expands the eligibility for the $3,400 payment to include Americans who received pension payments or VA disability benefits in 2022, similar to the Social Security programs according to your tax return. You must have a household income below the same $500 single/$335,000 married levels. A few important differences. First, in order to be eligible for the VA payment track, you cannot have earned any Social Security benefits during the year. Secondly, tax-free VA disability benefits are not included in determining your total income. However, even if your income was just a little bit over the limits, you might still be eligible. Using a formula based on how much over the cap you are, let's say you're a single filer receiving Social Security and your income in 2022 was $25,000. This puts you $7,500 above the $17,500 threshold for a reduced payment amount count on a sliding scale. While the specific reduction numbers haven't been determined, we know that a sliding scale will be adopted. If your salary was beyond the maximum allowed for any partial payment, let's say $35,000, you may receive a partial payment of $22,100 rather than the full $3,400. Here are the following procedures to get the payment if you match the qualifying requirements depending on your financial status in 2022. If you filed as a single filer, you would regrettably not receive any payment at all. The good news is that if you were previously enrolled in Social A's of December 31st, 2022, you won't need to apply or do anything else in order to get Security, SSI, SSDI, Virginia payments, or some other federal aid. Government organizations will handle your payment automatically based on your enrollment information. However, if you weren't eligible for those programs until early in 2023, then you will need to take action. Or you fit into one of the specified exemption categories, you will need to file a brief application in order to get the money. The application will be accessible in the coming weeks on the IRS website and in Social Security offices across the country. Here are some instances of circumstances that may require an application, such as if you registered in Medicaid or SSI in early 2023, filed your taxes on paper with the IRS, experienced a significant income swing in 2023, or started collecting Social Security retirement or disability benefits in January 2023 or later. For any of those scenarios or similar unusual circumstances where recipients are receiving VA benefits but not Social Security, the agencies want updated and confirmed information before providing the payments. The very last thing they want is to overlook applicants who ought to receive the funds that the application form itself comparatively simple. All you'll need to provide is basic identification information, such as your name, date of birth, Social Security number, and contact details. You'll also need to verify the federal benefit programs you received in 2022, your income and tax filing status for that year, and your current information about a bank account for direct deposit. Now that we've discussed who qualifies and how to apply if necessary, let's go over how to request the application online, over the phone, by mail, or in person at a Social Security Administration office location, as per the legislation. The windfall should begin arriving via direct deposit in just a few months, as early as late May or early June. Based on current agency estimates, that category comprises all Social Security and SSI beneficiaries who had their 20202 benefits. The all-important payment timeframes for roughly 80% of recipients' government-verified incomes. So if you file taxes online and have enrolled in direct deposit with the IRS, you should get the $3,400 in your bank account in the first wave. Those receiving SSDI and VA disability benefits will receive their payments in separate batches in June and July, since many of those recipients have special tax circumstances and extra exemptions to take into consideration. As a result, processing times have increased. If your bank information isn't already on file for direct deposit, you'll receive payment in the form of a traditional paper check. If that's how you typically get paid, then those paper checks will start to arrive in waves in July. While less convenient than direct deposit, at least you won't have to do anything extra to receive the check. It will just appear in your mailbox automatically. Whatever federal benefits you already receive, the IRS's objective will be furthered if you have to file an application to collect the money because you are either a new program participant or have a special tax situation. In late August, partner agencies are expected to begin processing application payments. However, depending on the volume of applications, this date may actually be pushed into September or October. In any case, when your payment does arrive, you will receive the entire amount you are eligible for in one lump sum. There are no installment plans. Here are some more important information regarding this inflation relief payment scheme that should be known if you plan on receiving partial or staggered payments over time. First off, the payment is entirely tax-free and will not be included in your taxable income, so it won't affect your 2023 tax return or future benefits. Furthermore, The IRS has certified that the recipient's eligibility for need-based federal assistance, such as Medicaid or SNAP food stamps, will not be affected because it is seen as a one-time emergency payment.